CTV News at 5 with Marina Moore and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Ontario Provincial Police, in conjunction with 25 other police services, have released results of what's being called Project Time. It's a province-wide initiative aimed at child sex abuse and exploitation, and 63 people have been charged. CTV's Alana Everson breaks down the numbers.
In a statement, the strategy lead for the OPP says Project Time is a testament to the dedication and commitment of law enforcement across Ontario and Canada to protect children from exploitation. It goes on to say, the results of this operation demonstrate the power of collaboration, the strength of the provincial internet child exploitation strategy, and the relentless pursuit of those who prey on the most vulnerable. Project Time results include 51 victims identified, 63 individuals arrested, 213 charges laid, 814 electronic devices seized, 154 ongoing investigations. 2 accused were in a position of trust and authority in their communities. 8 accused were repeat offenders. In the North, 1 man was arrested in North Bay, 1 man in the Sioux, 2 men in Sudbury, 1 adult male from Thunder Bay, and 2 15-year-old males from that city are the youngest people to face charges. Across the province, the oldest individual arrested was a 79-year-old man from Kingston. The OPP say Project Time investigators targeted individuals making, possessing, and distributing child sexual abuse material. Victims who were identified were safeguarded and appropriate support provided. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Meanwhile, a man from Espanola has been arrested for child luring by Wikwemikong Tribal Police. Police say they rescued a 16-year-old victim during a traffic stop around 1:30 in the morning after she'd been reported missing. With the help of the OPP, the 21-year-old suspect's home was searched. The man faces several charges, including possession of child abuse and exploitation material and luring. Time now for our first check on weather, and I hate to say it, but this morning's weather had me thinking pumpkin spice lattes and fall. Let's bring in CTV's Amanda Hicks to tell us if we'll be getting back to summer out there anytime soon.
Not to worry, Marina. No need to break out the pumpkin spice lattes just yet. Your first look at weather is brought to you by CAA. You can become a member at getcaa.ca. It certainly was cool out there, definitely sweater weather to start the day, but that's going to be short-lived as we inch closer to the weekend. The weekend is going to start with some more summer-like conditions, that's for sure. Definitely switching a sweater for a t-shirt in the morning, that's for sure, and maybe an umbrella too by the time the weekend rolls around. I'll have those details coming up a bit later on, but for now, Marina, back to you.
All right, thank you for that, Amanda. A human rights organization is among those warning people in North Bay about a gathering being marked on social media as Bigot Fest. CTV's Madison Merrier spoke with activists who say this type of gathering is not welcome.
Human rights group B'nai B'rith Canada is warning North Bay residents of a possible hate group gathering coming to town this weekend. The event is advertised online as a family-friendly festival called Bigot Fest. B'nai B'rith Canada says the group behind the event is known to have white supremacist ideology.
There are individuals who are known right across Canada for peddling in hate, sowing division, and inciting racist and harmful narratives, and we don't believe that there's a place for that in any Canadian city.
Mayor Peter Chirico also shares his concerns, saying in a statement, "Any activity intended to promote racism, hate, or discrimination has no place in North Bay. Our community values respect, inclusion, and the right of everyone to feel safe and welcome." He continues saying if the event is happening, it will not be on municipality-owned property.
We don't want Canadians to get the wrong impression. We don't want the international community to get the wrong impression. This is not Canada. This is its dark underbelly.
Police are also aware of the online promise of a planned event, saying in part the role of police is to facilitate safe and lawful gatherings regardless of viewpoint, while maintaining public order and protecting the community. They continue saying community members are encouraged to remain aware of their surroundings, avoid engaging, and report any concerning, suspicious, or criminal behavior to the police.
These groups have been quite open and transparent. They're marketing this. This is part of the monetization of hate. This is part of a hate industry. Get a bunch of vendors that sell problematic content together, get a bunch of people who share a problematic ideology together, and have a quote-unquote festival.
Robertson says he is very concerned with the boldness of the possible event and public marketing. CTV News did reach out to the organizers of the event, who confirmed their intentions of hosting Bigot Fest. They did not disclose a location. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
The calls continue to finish four-laning Highway 69 south of Sudbury. Now there's a new campaign launched by a couple of Northern Ontario MPPs that aims to speed up the provincial government's plans. CTV's Angela Gemmel reports.
No family should ever have to endure the unimaginable grief and heartbreak that my family has had to live with every day since June 5th.
Sharing her family's personal story is important for Erin Lafont. Her nephew died last month in a head-on collision on Highway 69 near Henvey Inlet First Nation.
To prevent anybody else from having to live the same experiences that myself and my family has had to go through since losing Cody. Anything we can do, I think, is very important, just to honor his memory, because he was such a great person.
It's personal stories like this Sudbury MPP Jamie West and Nickel Belt MPP France Helena want the provincial government to hear. They've launched a new campaign called 4 Lanes, 0 Excuses, demanding the provincial government finish 4-laning Highway 69.
People are tired of the excuses. They want to see shovels on the ground. They want to know what's happening. As we heard today, there's people with loved ones, they're losing loved ones. People are afraid to drive on the road.
The campaign includes a petition to immediately fund and tender the remaining 68 kilometers of road that needs to be 4-laned.
The hope is to get the 4 lanes done so that we save lives, we make it safer for people to travel.
West and Jelena are also inviting people to share personal stories of how Highway 69 has impacted their lives, whether that's a loss, a close call, or specific concerns. Some of those will be shared at Queen's Park.
When you hear a story from a real person who shares what has happened, it has a lot of power to move politicians to do things.
The campaign also includes lawn signs, car decals, and billboards like this one. West and Jelena say it's a way to show community support and keep the pressure on. Angela Gemmel, CTV News, Sudbury.
Time now for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Amanda will have your full weather forecast. For now, let's take a live look at conditions in Parry Sound at the town dock, where it is looking like a lovely day to be out on the water. And you can see a few boats there doing just that. We'll be right back.
Welcome back from the break. We're getting closer to the weekend and we saw some comfortable conditions out there. It was a beautiful day across the region. We got to see some sunny skies, comfortable temperatures, but temperatures are going to change as we head into Friday. Going to start to feel a lot hotter out there, that's for sure. But let's take a look at the conditions leading up to that. For the most part, conditions will be dry for tomorrow, and then by the time we get closer to Saturday, things change a little bit. You're definitely going to want to carry an umbrella if you're heading out and about on Saturday. But let's take a look at the 5-day forecast, starting with Sudbury Nickel Belt. So we've got a high of 26 tomorrow, feeling like 30 with the humidex, mix of sun and cloud, chance of showers on Saturday, sitting at the normal for this time of year. Chance of showers continuing on Sunday with a few sunny breaks there, and Monday we're dropping down to 21 degrees with a chance of showers. For Sault Ste. Marie Algoma, beautiful sunny day for tomorrow, getting up to 27, feeling more like 30 with the humidex. Chance of showers throughout the weekend. Temperatures climbing back up to the normal for this time of year on Monday with a chance of showers. For Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, chance of showers for tomorrow, high of 26. Feeling warmer than that with the humidex. Showers rolling through on Saturday with a high of 22. Holding on to that temperature even into Tuesday, but by the time Tuesday rolls around, we'll see a mix of sun and cloud. For Timiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, chance of showers for tomorrow, high of 26, 24 on Saturday, stronger chance of showers, 30% chance of showers on Sunday, high of 22, and holding on to that temperature for Monday. So it is going to feel a little bit more. We're going to see warmer temperatures and then dip down a little bit. And finally for North Bay, West Nipissing, 26 for tomorrow with a mix of sun and cloud. Pretty nice day in North Bay, West Nipissing, that's for sure. Chance of showers on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to start the week, getting up to a high of 23. So Marina, we're going to see a brief reprieve with some summer conditions, but then it's going to cool off a little bit. Sending it back to you.
All right, thank you, Amanda. Patients visiting Timmins and District Hospital's emergency department can expect longer wait times through the weekend due to a reduced physician availability. The emergency department remains open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and patients with urgent or life-threatening conditions will continue to be seen first, we're told. Hospital officials say the shortage is the result of recent physician retirements, reduced hours by some doctors and others who are currently unavailable for medical reasons. People with non-urgent health concerns are being asked to contact their family doctor, nurse practitioner, or a walk-in clinic when possible.
This duration is only for a few days, but we anticipate going forward that this will continue to happen in the months ahead. It's unfortunate, but managing the community's expectations, the patient's expectations are very important. In the emergency department, you're seen based on your level of acuity. Those who are the sickest are seen first.
The hospital says its physicians are working extra hours to help minimize the impact on patients. Updates on emergency department physician coverage will be posted on the hospital's website and Facebook page. A freshly built addiction treatment facility is just about ready to offer help on the shores of Lake Huron. CTV's Corey Nordstrom gives us a first-hand look at the 16-bed facility that's just days away from offering culturally based healing to a cohort of Indigenous men and women.
With that, the Ben-Bewapka Treatment Center is ready to serve the North Shore. The 16-bed facility will allow for culturally based programming in a facility designed by and for Indigenous people, with a 42-day program for both men and women seeking help.
The opioid addiction in general is at all-time highs. And so any facility is a welcome facility in this whole healing and recovery that we want to see happening in our communities and our people.
This will give people that show up here to recover the confidence in the people that they are dealing with, and they will be connected back to the land, to the water, and they will feel it. And that makes their recovery happen faster and quicker.
Sheehan's government invested $23.5 million in the facility. At the time of the site's groundbreaking, the project was expected to cost just $14 million.
We went to RFP, and it was on and around the time when we were dealing with the pandemic. And so all of the costs associated with construction skyrocketed. So we went from a $14 million to a $20 million project almost overnight.
The home that Ben-Bewapka occupied for parts of 4 decades isn't far away, and with the old site being converted to the North Shore Heart Hub, it's set to add to the continuum of care on the property.
The Heart Hub is going to give us our pre-treatment, post-treatment beds. We have 11 of them. So when people do apply to come into the program and it's halfway through a cycle, we have space for them to stay safe.
The first cohort at the new center will begin their healing journey a week from today. Officials with Mamwesing said the site is also built with the ability to eventually offer treatment for youth and families. Significant training would first need to take place, and they estimate that it's at least 2 years down the road. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Blind River.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, a reminder when it comes to traveling with a camper trailer, plus a vital heart test for children returning to a northeastern Ontario hospital. Details ahead. Families in the Timmins area no longer have to travel out of the region for many specialized heart ultrasounds for children. CTV's Lydia Chubak tells us about an important test being reintroduced at the Timmins and District Hospital.
Health experts say a pediatric echocardiogram is a specialized ultrasound of the heart used to assess children from newborns to age 17. For years, many families in the region had to travel to Sudbury, Ottawa, or Toronto for the test. The service returned to Timmins in June after the hospital purchased specialized equipment and established a process for pediatric cardiologists to review the results. Cardiac sonographer Danielle Jelena says having the service available locally can make a difference for families during stressful situations.
Precisely, instead of being shipped out to CHEO directly, we can actually have a look and say, deal with the baby a little bit more here, find the problems, or help better support the baby. Whereas I've had a family from Kapuskasing saying they came by and they said, thank you, I'm really happy I didn't have to travel more or further for this.
The hospital says routine pediatric echocardiograms are now booked weekly, while urgent cases are typically completed within 24 hours of being ordered. We're told the test can help identify issues including heart murmurs, congenital heart conditions, and other cardiac concerns.
So during an echocardiogram, we look at the heart valves, we look at the heart function, we make sure everything is up to size, so all of the heart chambers, everything's working properly. Specifically for the smaller population, we look at, see if there's any holes in their hearts.
The service is available by referral through the emergency department or a family physician. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Prop Air has confirmed they will be suspending service from the Jack Garland Airport in North Bay to Toronto. This comes less than a year after the Quebec-based carrier started offering services. In a statement to CTV, the airline said the response from the public did not meet expectations, and they will be temporarily suspending flights starting August 1st. Jack Garland Airport manager Brian Avery saying in a statement today, travel trends tend to dip in the summer and pick back up in the fall and winter when road conditions are not favorable. He acknowledged this is challenging for any airline to schedule frequent service, and especially so for an airline that's just started the route and is faced with other industry pressures. While Prop Air says the suspension is temporary, there's no timeline for flights to return. The airline and airport have agreed to keep talks open with hopes of providing the service again in the future. OPP in North Bay say they've noticed an increase in wheel-off incidents with camper trailers and are offering some advice to those hitting the road this summer.
Wheel-off incidences can happen because of worn tires, loose wheel nuts.
Police say a few simple checks can prevent the wheel from coming loose or falling. They recommend checking your tire for damage. Make sure the air pressure in the wheels is where it should be and ensure all of your wheel nuts are on and secure. They also recommend doing a full walk around or circle check of your trailer to make sure there are no other mechanical issues and avoid overloading your trailer. The town of Englehart is under a boil water advisory. That's according to Northeastern Public Health, which is advising residents to bring water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute before using or to use bottled water. Updates are available on the health unit's website. Provincial police are commending bystanders who saved the life of a person drowning last month in Little Current. According to police, a person was pulled from the water at Low Island Park with no vital signs. The Good Samaritans brought the person to shore and immediately started CPR. Police expressed their gratitude today for the life-saving efforts of those on the beach. You can read more about this story by going to our website at ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca. When we return, a ride refresh at Canada's Wonderland. You're watching First at 5. Our first community close-up takes us to Cache Bay in the West Nipissing area. And Sharon Laliberté caught quite the scene between two squirrels. She says it looks like the squirrels are having a tickle party. If you ask me, I think it's a little kung fu fighting over the neighborhood peanuts. So many scenarios. You could easily make a little comic strip with this series of photos. These sure made me laugh this morning, and I hope they bring you all a smile too. Thanks, Sharon. And Mary Ellen Langlois was able to capture a sweet wildlife moment in Sudbury. She spotted some baby robins waiting to be fed behind the workshop at her house. I'm sure Mama Bird was not far behind, bringing over some juicy worms. And finally, let's head over to the shores of Porcupine Lake, where Norm Balduc was out for a morning stroll today and captured a stunning scene with the sunshine rising up through the tall grass. What a great way to start the day. If you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Don't forget to include your name, location, and a short description. Finally for us tonight, a big moment at Canada's Wonderland today as the park revealed the new and improved version of a beloved roller coaster. Say goodbye to Flight Deck. Guests were on hand this morning for the official debut of the Daredeviler. The inverted coaster is sticking to the skies with its new theme, inspired by the stunt pilots and air shows of the 1920s.
And these new trains really make the guest experience much more comfortable and enjoyable. So as you're going around at 90 kilometers an hour, you'll feel the speed, and there's a little bit more open air for you as you're watching yourself on the ride.
It was awesome. It will keep going upside down every like 2 seconds.
Would you go on it again?
Yeah.
Once was great, twice was, whew. It was a lot, but it was great.
Making me dizzy just watching. Wonderland says the Daredeviler reflects its efforts to bring fresh energy to classic attractions. Many people will be enjoying that this summer, and will allow you to enjoy these visuals as we hand things over to CTV National News. Continue watching. We will be back at 6 with more news for the North.